Now to the latest KOCO5 investigation. Allegations about conditions inside ICE detention facilities across Oklahoma. Concerns range from how detainees are treated by officers to the quality of food and access to basic needs.
Our KOCO Chantel Navarro investigating this for us tonight. She joins us live right now, Chantel, outside the OKC facility.
Yeah, nationally, groups have been raising red flags about this, right? ACLU filing lawsuits talking about these harsh conditions, about lack of medical care, about a lack of food, cleanliness. Well, we have a handful of facilities here in Oklahoma. We have Watonga, Cushing, Cimarron. So we wanted to see for ourselves. We wanted to find out what's going on there. With the swing of that gate, Hein Nguyen was released from ICE custody about 3 months after getting detained for an expunged marijuana charge.
I don't know what they're selling the American public, but I didn't see any criminals. It was just all these guys with, their uniform or, their painter gears on.
Court record data from Syracuse University shows nationally less than 1.8% of new cases sought deportation orders based on alleged criminal activity of a migrant, apart from possible illegal entry. Now, many of those convicted committed minor offenses like traffic violations. Here in Oklahoma, it's 5.5%.
So if someone were to imagine themselves being locked up in a private prison when they've never been convicted of a crime, obviously there would be difficulties in being able to adjust to that idea.
State Senator Michael Brooks Jimenez, who's also an immigration attorney, has been visiting ICE facilities to see his clients.
I received a report previously that the women's detention facility in Watonga may have had some issues, but I had a detainee who was a female who was detained there, and so she said, that the food wasn't great and that there wasn't salt in the food, and so there's not a lot of taste. But at the same time, that the people who work the facility treat them like human beings.
This comes after we've spoken with others, both immigration attorneys and detainees, who said they felt like they were treated like animals and like it was borderline abusive. Most would not go on record out of fear for their safety. Senator Brooks Jimenez says, at Watonga at least, he hasn't seen that.
The facility seemed clean, also seemed very secure, and people seemed like they were comfortable. I don't think anybody is pleased to be in a detention facility, but it did not seem like people were sick or unhealthy, or that the conditions were unhealthy.
But he also wants to continue maintaining oversight so things don't get worse.
Also to be able to keep in contact with people and to be able to maintain a running list of the complaints and concerns, to be able to see if those complaints are growing.
I did also speak to ICE about these concerns. They responded with this statement, saying any claim that conditions are subprime are false, that detainees have access to meals, water, medical treatment, as well as 24-hour care. Calls detention a choice, encouraging people to self-deport home, offering $2,600 and a free flight to do so. And if you'd like to read those statements from Homeland Security for yourself, I'll put it with this story on KOCO.com. For now, live in Oklahoma City, Chantel Navarro, KOCO 5 News.